Yo, it's the SEOTT. And welcome back to Pick 10 Horror. And we are continuing with Unfriended. Don't know why I don't know. This movie is frustrating for me. On one hand, the concept of having a film entirely from the point of view of a laptop is a good idea in theory. In execution, though, most of it is alright, but you also have to write decent characters and a decent plot for it to work. You can't just say, okay, it's going to be based off of someone's laptop, we'll write some stuff here. The plot line where it's the ghost of someone who was bullied by these people and committed suicide because of it, getting revenge, it's a decent story, but the execution and how the movie ends ruins the movie. There has to be one character that you'll root for. For a premise of a horror movie, there must be one character you can root for through the entire film. And you don't want any of these characters to live because they're such hateful characters. It starts out like, oh, hey, how you doing, the friends? And then as the movie goes on, it just dissolves into this, these characters aren't as, good people as they say they are. And even the main character who's supposed to be the protagonist is ruined by a cheating subplot that is very much dismissible because of the means on which it happened, but yet they make it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. I'll explain when we get to it, but it just... And just the end of the film feels like we're leaning towards something, and then when the film ended, we got something else, and it just sort of takes away from, experience and even the idea of this. Like, could you consider this to be found footage? Maybe if they found it on the websites, I don't know. But okay, so the film starts out with boyfriend and girlfriend couple, Blair and Mitch, and they're getting ready to do the sexy time. This is like a movie to watch while they're in quarantine, by the way, because everyone's on webcam, so they're getting ready to do the sexy time via webcam. But, and another thing I want to point out before I continue is, okay, I understand it happens with webcams, alright? Glitching and going in and out, it happens. You see my live streams that I sometimes put on here from play video games, it happens. It depends on your Wi-Fi. But is everyone on the shittiest fucking Wi-Fi they could get? Because constantly they're freezing, glitching, screens get all messed up. I'm sorry, this is 2014 when this film came out. Having a webcam or, conversation on Skype or whatever, with it glitching out every 5 seconds, just doesn't happen. And it's the most annoying thing about this movie, besides the characters, is that it keeps glitching out or freeze or something. Just because, that's what webcams do. But they don't do it every 5 seconds, man. They don't. And in the movie, they do, and it's annoying. When constantly, especially in the points where it gets to the point where they're yelling and they're screaming, and it gets to the point where there's supposed to be tension, but the tension is broken by the glitching screens. You can't see the emotion on people's faces when it's glitching out, and it's like this, the computer glitch, and they're like, and it takes away from it. It absolutely does. Now, I don't hate this film, far from it, but I do have problems with it. I have problems with every film, as you may know, but there's some films I really like. I like this film, but there are problems with it, and one is that glitching thing. They keep doing it, and I haven't seen the second one, but I hope they at least do it less. But anyway, so they're making this sexy time. You know, she's unbuttoning her shirt. And he's got a knife, which is obviously fake, because he's pointing it at the screen and you can tell it's fake. It's like made of plastic, cardboard, or it's fake. It's absolutely fake. And I noticed that for the first time this time, he's supposed to have a knife, right? And so he's got it pointed at the screen. I'm like, that looks totally fake. Totally fake. And it's like, I just I didn't want to have it. And then out of nowhere, during the middle of the little sexy time, their friends just beeping on the Skype call. That's not how it works. They have to accept your call first. You can't just interrupt their Skype call. You have to beep in with a call and they accept your Skype call. Then you're in. Not, oh, we're in there and dude's in his underwear and we just, 3-4 people just popped up out of nowhere. It makes no sense. I'm sure that's not how it actually works. But we need to have them call in on Mitch in his underwear for reasons. I will mention that the scene where she's unbuttoning her shirt, Blair's unbuttoning her shirt, is used later. There's an ad that pops up about cam girls, and you see her unbuttoning her shirt again. So, like, the hacker ghost put that in there, I guess. There's this person with no picture, Billy227, I think is the name, and they don't know who it is, and then they realize that it's their dead friend. Now, the beginning of this gives you the explanation you need about what's going on, without even any talking. They show a video of, like, the character of, not Blair. I forget. Laura. And she's at this party and she's getting drunk and stuff. And another video where she commits suicide. Okay, well, what site is this that keeps a video of a teenager suicide? And she's watching this other video, the video that caused her to commit the suicide. How is that still up on YouTube? Now, I understand it's an edited version because we get the full version at the end of the film and what happened, which is one of the reasons why I have a problem with this film. But just how is it still up? I know they say, well, when it's up on YouTube, it's there forever. Yes and no. Yes, but it's still on YouTube. Everyone can see it, but it's not there forever. It can be taken down. Some people can copy, paste that shit and put it back up again, but you have the ability to take a video down. If I post this video and it's decided, oh, I don't want this video on there anymore, I can take it down if I want to. I've taken videos down on my channel before. That's how it works. That's the beauty of YouTube. They're your videos. If you want your videos on YouTube, have them on YouTube. You don't, take them off. And yes, there could be people that could copy and paste and find a way to download it and re-upload it some other way, but you could always have an appeal on it. You know? I'm just saying that especially if it's the video, edited or not, that caused a teenage girl to commit suicide, it's not, no. So anyway, the friends pop in, and at face value, they seem like normal teenagers, stuff like that. And stuff starts to happen. One thing I want to talk about here is that there's a disconnect. Like, Blair is supposed to be... First of all, when shit starts going down, Blair starts typing in messages to Mitch, her boyfriend Mitch, talking about what's going on. Instead of talking to him on the screen, she just types it in. And you can see her friends underneath, at the bottom of the screen underneath her little thing that she's typing in. And I think they should, like, when she's typing, don't show them. Because as she's typing, you can see Mitch is not even doing anything. Even when he's supposed to be typing, he just... I talked about Midsommar and the face that Danny has throughout the film. This is Blair's face throughout this film. I don't think they were actually even talking to each other. I think they separately did their lines over a webcam and they edited them together. Because the response time for some of the characters are just a little bit off, And most of the time when stuff's happening, the look on Blair's face stays the same. And unless they were told that, it was edited right, or unless they were told to act together, I don't think... Sorry, I hit the thing. I just don't think that they were actually acting together unless for certain parts. I don't know. It was revealed to us earlier on in the film that Blair had an affair with Mitch's best friend, Adam. And right away I'm like, okay, don't write her off yet, because, it could be something you don't know. A couple characters are killed off. Val, after mouthing off towards Billy, her camera glitches out and comes back, and she's just sitting there, and there's a bottle of bleach. This movie is rated R. And the first death is just falling over. And it's implied that she drank the bleach. Or they also say she has seizures. Could drinking bleach cause seizures? I don't know. The next death is Ken, and Billy's webcam starts to work, and they realize that the camera is pointing at Ken, and when he uncovers it, he doesn't fucking say anything. He just says that. And they're asking, Ken, what is it? What is it, Ken? Ken, what is it? And it's like, fucking say something. But nope, because we can't reveal what it is yet. It cuts out, comes back to him, and he's got his fucking hand in a blender. And he's dead. So we're down to 3. 4. Adam, Blair, Mitch, and Jess. And this is Adam's goodbye. So the whole thing gets exposed when they start doing Never Have I Ever. Adam becomes a dick and reveals that he and Blair have had sex. And Blair tries to explain they were drunk. They didn't know what, they were drunk, and it just happened. Which can happen. When you are drunk, you are not fully in control of your, trust me, I've gotten drunk and woken up in the upstairs bathroom with no pants on, not knowing how I got there. So, you are not in control of your own functions when you are drunk. So that's totally dismissible. But Mitch acts like it's the worst fucking thing in the world. And here's another kicker. Blair tries to explain that they tried it one more time when they were sober. And they couldn't. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it when they were sober because they were in control of their functions. So they couldn't do it. There was nothing there. The only thing Mitch can say is, did he touch you down there? Dude, she just said that she says he started to. And then he flips out. I'm like, dude, she just told you that she was drunk the first time that they did it. And they tried it again when she was sober and they couldn't go through with it. So therefore, it doesn't mean anything. Just drunk sex. But the dude acts like it's the worst thing in the world. And then they have this thing where Adam gets something printed out to him. And he can't say anything. He's like, I can't. And then Blair gets something sent to her. And it's the same thing. They can't say anything. And then Mitch says, okay, if you don't do anything, I'm going to hang up. And Billy says if he hangs up, he loses the game, which means he's going to die. So she has forced to show what it says, which is if you reveal this, Adam will die. And Adam turns his gun on himself and dies. Leaving 3. Jess dies after their camera glitches out, and there's the curling iron down her throat, which is a good kill. I'll admit that. And then this is where they totally ruin the character of Blair. So here's the thing: is that Billy wants to know who's behind the video. Blair automatically sells out Mitch. So Mitch stabs himself in the eye with his own knife, which I established earlier was fake, and he dies. Then Billy reveals it was Blair, and then these hands that are very much male arms push down the laptop. Yeah, I didn't notice that till today. It's a man that pushes down the laptop, and then Laura Barnes breaks out and grabs her. That's the end of the film. Couple things. One, why did we have to ruin the character of Blair? We had that redemption with her where, yes, she slept with Adam, but they were drunk. And when they tried it again when they were sober, they couldn't go through with it. That's showing that she's not a bad person after all. But then you automatically turn around and say, oh, she's the one that filmed the video of Laura Barnes shitting herself and making her fool herself when she's drunk, and then saying, calling her bad names. Why? Why does everyone in this film have to be total shit faces? You have to have at least one character you can side with. And up until that moment, that character was Blair. And then they just said, fuck it. Make her the one that filmed it. It totally ruins it. You should not side with the villain, which is Laura Barnes. She's the villain of this film. She's hunting these kids because of a video that was posted of her shitting her pants that caused her to commit suicide. To me, that sounds like Laura Barnes herself had more personal demons than just shitting her pants. That it was more about than just a video of her shitting her pants. There had to be more going on, because I'm sorry, I'm not a bullying expert. I know people were typing saying kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, whatever. But I'm sorry. I've seen this in too many TV shows and movies where things escalate and adults don't do anything. Even though all these people are probably in their 20s anyway, but real life. But adults should have done something here. And I feel like in real life, it would have been nipped, as Barney Fife would say, it would have got nipped in the bud. But yeah, and to turn around and take your protagonist, who all this footage has been coming from, her camera, her webcam, her laptop, and you just say, oh, she's the one who's behind this. She's the one that filmed it, so she's a bad person. No, you don't do that. You absolutely do not do that. Blair should have been the protagonist of this film. You had her as the protagonist for most of the film. It's from her camera that this thing is being filmed. It's from her laptop. We see everything. She's the protagonist. And then you turn around and make her a surprise villain of sorts, an antagonist, by showing that she was the one that filmed it. No, absolutely not. You do not do that. It ruins the film, especially since you're rooting for at least Blair to survive, because she's the most innocent in all this. And then they're just like, oh, no, she's not innocent at all. Just, she did it. No, absolutely not. It ruins the film. That little twist or whatever, it ruins the film. It absolutely does. And it's not a bad film by any means, but I feel like that ending just kind of ruins it. It really does. It's not a bad concept, like I said, but the execution was bad. You have, maybe the writing should have been better. You have everyone whining and bitching, and combine that with the constant glitching of the cameras, which, like I said, it happens, but it shouldn't happen that often. And I'm sorry, I'm still on Blair's side with this whole thing. She was drunk. Adam may be a dick for posting those pictures. I'll admit that. Adam's at fault. But Blair, and here's another side to this too. Whether or not you believe that she's innocent in all this. If she was behind this, right? This movie's called Unfriended. So wouldn't it make sense that she survives, but all her friends are now dead because of this one thing that she did? Keep my, biased opinion about being on her side about this whole, cheating on a boyfriend thing. Take that out of the equation. Put in this, she did a video, right? Take the twist. She made the video. So why does she die at the end of the film? Because it would make more sense that she's the only survivor. And like, what you should do is after this stuff is done, you cut to Blair, present day Blair, like make her look a little bit older, like it's been a couple of years or something, and she's sitting there going, I have uploaded this footage to show you what happens when you cyberbully. I don't know who it was, I don't know what it was, but I paid for what I did. I have no friends now because of what I did. And it's not the kind of situation where you can go back and try to make amends with them. They're gone. And I'm alone. And I am truly, truly sorry for what I did to you, Laura. If I could go back in time and take it back, I would. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Something like that. But to have it turn around and then just get her, because you want to do a slasher film on a webcam, that doesn't work. She should have to live with having no friends. And yes, you can say, well, she can just get new friends. True. But the fact that she had lost all her friends due to one decision that she made is going to haunt her for the rest of her life. And it would work better than just having her get killed off at the end. We don't see anything, but you could assume that's what happens. Anyway, I'm going to give this movie a 7. It's a decent film. It's a good idea. The execution's not too well. I haven't seen the second one, so I can't really say anything on that, but yeah, it's decent. 7 out of 10. What are your thoughts on Unfriended? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. We gotta pick our next movie. And it's gotta be a Blu-ray this time, so let's move it around. Move it around. Move it around. Okay. So, we just did Unfriended, and now we have Friend Request. Friend Request. Okay. So, yeah. Look forward to that. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.